So we're having some issues, guys, where the Battle.net appears to be undergoing some bugs right now, to say the least. It's giving us these global timeout messages. I did finally get a lobby up, right? It's giving us these global timeout messages, but now people can't join. Like, Showtime's having an issue. Showtime, you getting these invites or no? Yeah, let me show you guys here. Every time I try to invite Showtime, it's saying global timeout. I guess you won't be able to see that. Oh, you can see it up here, global timeout. Alive, can you try to invite? I can't. Make him the host. And hope things work. Anyways, so this is gonna be a best of 3, guys. To make it clear, this is a best of 3. I know some minor hiccups and confusion with the brackets, but they should be hopefully resolved now. Everything going forward will be a best of 3, except for the grand finals, which will be a best of 5.
Okay, so the whole StarCraft thing is weird, but so does Twitter now give you like one person's entire tweets for the day, as opposed to like popular tweets?
I don't know. It shoves that stupid like what you missed while you've been gone thing in my face all the time. So I have no
Yeah, and
idea
I
how
hate
Twitter
it.
works.
So I got one, I think, from another person first, but then I just checked Twitter now, and it's you. So I get like your last 7 tweets all in a row, and I'm like, wow, Rifkin, stop tweeting. Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, in fairness, I do actually shit post quite a bit on Twitter. So I wouldn't put it past
Yeah,
me if
but
that
it
was
was
a real
amazing. 'Cause, like,
situation.
it wasn't like one argument, right? It was like 7 different things, and I was like, God, man, get your brain together.
Yeah, you need to chill. All right, so Alive's gonna try hosting and see if it's any better. Yeah, having a lot of problems with hosting. I guess not sure what's going on, but hosting on. Tag Blizzard, CS, and StarCraft, so they at least know about it. Alright, so we're in a new lobby. Showtime's able to join this one. Okay, good start. See if we can get you in here.
Come on. Come on. Oh, no, you invited me as I joined.
Oh no! I've ruined
Cross the
everything.
beams, man. Oh, okay, it worked.
That is the you know what, a very real valid thing. Don't cross the beams. Ghostbusters said it, so that's how you know it's true.
They said never to do it, but then that's the only way they defeated the giant thing at the end, so what's up with that? Oh.
Looks like a couple people in chat are saying they also have the same issue with the login screen too, especially with all this random lag. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is. I actually played a co-op this morning without any issue. But I guess it is what it is. Well, folks, let's hop into Daybreak. Game number 1 in what is a best of 3 TVP. This is going to be really awesome for a couple different reasons. For those who are perhaps unfamiliar with these two players, to give them a quick, too long, didn't read, Showtime is rather fluctuatingly one of the best Protoss in Europe. And with the patch being new and different, I'm curious to see his take on the game. His opponent, well, I guess we'll do proper intros. I guess up here in the top right, coming all the way from Korea, usually fights out at terrible hours. What hour is it over there, Zombie Grub?
3:30 in the morning.
It's 3:30 in the morning in Korea. Yet he still comes on to play some European StarCraft. It's Alive.
In the bottom left, as the European Blue Protoss, he's Showtime.
So, I mean, Showtime, obviously through just making it to BlizzCon, kind of proved his merit. But the in-scene, the pros, and like people have been watching him, they know he's already really good from his German tournaments and all these other things. I get so surprised when I talk to some of our fans about Showtime, and they either don't give him good odds or they just don't know much about him. And I'm like, really, guys? This is Showtime. Come on. Like a year ago, I get it, but now?
He's in a really weird place. I mean, this is like kind of my thoughts on it too, but like I didn't really express them because, you know, BlizzCon and all that. Like it would just be like, Summergrove, you're so out of it. But despite being a very good Protoss, I guess he doesn't leave that much of an impact. Like the hype around this guy is not there like it is for SOS or Zest or what have you. So people know he's good, but just like I don't know. Like it maybe it is not even like an inconsistency thing. I actually they say that he's pretty consistent, but for whatever reason, he hasn't quite left that mark on people.
I understand. I think part of it too is Showtime is generally like a quieter guy. He's not sitting there on Twitter all the time. He's not making loud opinions, even at Home Story Cup where everybody's partying. Like he is kind of a quieter dude, so it's totally understandable that maybe he's not quite in the limelight as often as others. Regardless, point still goes back. He's good at the game, and I want to see how his take is on TVP right now. We've actually been seeing Terran try a couple of different things, and obviously a lot of the buffs to mech has made it more viable against Protoss, but the other thing we saw through the IEM qualifiers were all the Terran players quickly kind of, the Korean Terran players especially, going back to their roots, sticking with bio and playing things that they've done in pre-patch instances of the game. Whether that's good or the best choice to play, we have yet to see. Third CC comes down really quick out of Alive. Because I was just going to mention, with things like the Vikings being able to land and actually do massive damage, and tanks especially just zoning out most of what the Protoss army is, it's changed the matchup up enough that if there are those units in play, Showtime can't just make adepts like normal. You have to actually take that extra step. Get that very awkward Void Ray and all that.
Yeah, much like the Baneling upgrade and kind of the Hydralis upgrade, I just feel like Terran, they're not going to like severely change over to mech or anything like that, which I guess was the goal. They're just going to keep on using the same builds they did, except they're going to have a couple of units that are a bit better. So, like, I really think that tank pushers are going to be great. And if we get any more maps like Frozen Temple, then they're going to be really great, because you can also add a Viking in as opposed to a Liberator. You know, that's actually like a choice you can make, and it'll still be pretty good. So, I mean, as much as I would like to see mech versus a Protoss at some point from any of these Terrans here, I just don't think they're actually going to try and push that much.
Again, I'm personally been swayed from watching people like Nathanius and Ruff and the others that have been using a lot of the new units and actually experimenting. So, yeah, I'm of the opinion we'll probably see like that stagnation of, I guess we'll say Terrans not being so innovative, but maybe eventually realizing like what is versus isn't the best. I mean, we had very different opinions in some of the pros that were in chat the other day, and it was just kind of cool to see that dynamic of like what people think is and isn't good right now. Regardless, though, we're not going to get mech this game, obviously. 3 racks, stim, all that good stuff. So Alive's going to be playing this out a little bit as per usual. Now this kind of shifts it on to Showtime. How are you going to play it up with the new tools Protoss have available? I don't think Blink DTs have ever been seen so far. They're almost just like a meme at this point. Oh, nice snipe on the Observer out of Alive. But as weird as it is, as much as we keep making fun of the Void Ray with its like speed increase, I'm using big air quotes for that, you guys can't see right now. The Void Ray's actually been making an appearance more and more often, which is cool. But I think really, I want to see a Showtime A gets to the late game, and B, what his composition looks like. We've clearly seen that carriers work against Hydralisks. Do they work against Marines? Or is that something where the option's not even there, and we're just going to see the focus on the Colossus as you might regularly expect?
I guess the Colossus, I mean, as cool as carriers are, it's still really hard to get to them, and there's not enough other notable buffs. Again, like the Blink DT, it's kind of just a joke at this point. Like, everyone thought it was going to be scary, it's not. The Void Ray buff, not really a buff. It just, and like reaching for carriers is going to be so hard, but this is what was happening before the patch, and that was more and more Protosses experimenting with like safer 2-base Colossus builds, and I guess Showtime's going to show us one again here.
Well, so here's where the dynamic of Colossus build got changed up a lot, right? First, I've got some harassment going to the main. We'll see what these adepts can do. Gets an SCV or 2 building buildings is nice and very annoying, but no further warp-ins. Stalkers do have Blink in the middle. Maybe looking to pick off a medevac or such. The Marines, funny enough, I think could take them on with their stim. But what I was going to say for the Colossus, the dynamic in the past. Oh no, this could be bad.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Live is really out of
Those
position.
Units are entirely out of position. Oh,
He's coming
God.
over now, but the Stalker's going to get a lot of damage on this. He scans to see if there's an observer. While this goes on and the Stalker's disengaged, they blink away and the Warp Prism heads back to the main. Nothing really left over here because everything was pulled to deal with it. He now brings some of the Marines and some of the medevacs that are popping out to stop the Adepts. But anyways, the
That
point...
could have been a lot worse.
Well, it's still not over yet, too. I like that sort of multi-pronged attack out of Showtime being very annoying and using the Stalkers very well to pick off that Marauder. 9 SCVs dead as well. Not bad. But
It's not bad.
the point I was going to make of these Colossus is kind of moot now because it's going to start talking about the Vikings, but there's not really going to be time to get Vikings if Showtime's keeping up the pressure like this.
Well, I think Alive's got enough defenses now ready to go. I mean, it really was just that one severe out of position play that was the scariest part. Stalkers otherwise are not going to be scary against Bio that has Stim, especially with Medivacs. And the Warp Prism is being taken care of by a good number of units.
So that's the problem, though, right? Because all of these units are being kept at home. There's no medevac dropping across the map or even leaving Widow Mines. So thus, no scouting. I don't think he's going to know it's Colossus until maybe it's a little bit late. At the same time, like if he was making Marauders right now, I could argue that, okay, that would work instead of the Vikings. And we've seen it work, but second Starport comes down and still no Viking production.
Yeah, I think he is going to be able to change his style up, though, if he's really not anticipating Colossus, because he could be making that for faster triple Liberators. We don't know quite yet, but the good news is that if you don't respond to the Colossus when there's only 2 or 3, you usually have enough time before the Protoss feels comfortable moving out, especially like a safe Protoss like Showtime. So hopefully he does scout it. I think he's Widow Mines actually saw the Colossus.
I believe the medevac did, certainly, if the Widow Mines didn't, but... Okay, so loses a couple probes. Both players on a really high worker count, I guess, and this, despite its aggression, I thought was going to have this be a bit more of a slugfest, but kind of evens out. Both players just calming down for the time being. Weapon upgrades started, 4 Vikings at a time. Finally, I get to make this point about the Vikings I was trying to make earlier. And it's like the #1 big deal about this. Vikings used to just be, okay, you'd make too many of them. You'd kill the Colossus, and then you'd have like 40, 30, 20 supply, however many you made, just useless in the sky. Really want to emphasize, guys, those landed Vikings shred almost every single Protoss unit, except for the Adept and the Zealot.
Yeah, with all the Blink Stalkers you're going to use, you know, helping out your Colossus, those times where we saw the Colossus get sniped in the Vikings land, whenever that happens, that's probably just going to be game over for the Protoss player. It usually means the game is over anyway, but I do like that the Viking has been changed to be more like the Corruptor, I suppose, and that it was changed literally for another purpose besides just killing air units, but I think the more questionable thing about the Viking is its use in TVT. But we'll get to that later. It is 4 Vikings at a time, even a Ghost Academy on the way. I'm not sure he's going to be able to afford it, though. As you pointed out, like, they're on pretty high worker counts, which is a little weird because I would expect Alive to have a 4th command center with that type of SCV count in a Ghost Academy. But he's only maybe just getting it now, prepping with a missile turret. Yeah, that's weird.
Thank you for the 29 months, Regeltis. Where the heck is the time gone? I don't know, man. DTs were made, and looks like they're going to accompany some of these Adepts into those mineral lines, so with the turrets up, this won't exactly be freebies. What? Although, there's no turret in the natural.
Oh, yeah. There's a supply depot down. My god, why? This isn't doing devastating amounts of damage yet, and again, Alive with still 62 workers is not that bad.
Showtime might even be helping Alive, to be honest. By removing the SCVs, this means more room for army. Oh, it's happening.
Whoa.
Oh my god, Zombie Grab, it's happening. I didn't even realize what that was. That, you know what? The stupidest, it's just the blink upgrade with like some lasers going through.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh my god, now that you pointed that out, I can't see it.
Holy
so
cow.
lame, Blizzard, please.
Riomar, thank you for the 2,500 bits, man. He just says hi. Good old Riomar.
Hi.
Hi. Hello. Well, he'd probably do it like in a very deep German accent too, right? Like,
oh, I'm not even
your voice is cracked. That's the opposite of like a deep voice. Hi. Hi. Guten Tag. No, that's not Riomar, man.
Like...
Okay, Storm I like behind this. The DT blink thing is seriously like a meme. I have no idea what it's supposed to be about at this point. We'll see if it gets any use at all. Maybe just getting it for the sake of getting it. Ghost's already out though, so Showtime knows there's going to be EMPs to look out for. Disruptors have plenty with about 4 in the army and 3 Colossus in the sky. I like that he's not dedicated to an attack, but I think if he took one, he could take a pretty nice one at that. The storms here, funny enough, I really don't think are so much for the Marines or the Marauders or anything like that. The storms are going to be for, if nothing else, just helping clear out the Vikings.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty important. I mean, he's getting a 4th base, and I guess there was so little actual trading going on that, you know, the bank is pretty impressive for a 3-base Terran. He got to that really nice army that everyone wants, and he also has pretty nice upgrades. They really got to the late game without much to say to each other, and it is going to be just entirely down to Micro.
Well, Depths to the south, Warp Prism to the north. There's a lot that's going to be going on in the center of the map, but it looks like both players are ready to mobilize. Big pickup in those medevacs. Scary moves. We do have a couple of Templars, so feedback is certainly something to look out for. Storm's done now too, but as he moves forward, there are some Liberators set up. This is a scary fight to try and take, but the Disruptor gets a really nice hit on a good chunk of the bio.
That was pretty nice. It was a nice start. Of course, Alive, you know, both of them banking toward a lot. You're going to place Bio pretty easily.
We got DTs coming in. They got Blink. I can't wait to see this meme in full action.
Oh my god.
Oh, the Disruptor got both the Ghosts.
Okay, that sucks. The drop does hit the main base, and Showtime is pretty maxed out, and he's not going to get his upgrade either, so he can't warp in back at home, was my point I was going to make, but he might just win the war. Oh,
well, he just took a big EMP too, so it's hard to say. The Colossus are going to go down, but the Stalkers take out all the Vikings. Planetary Fortress, though, is wreaking havoc on the army. Back at home, nothing to slow this down, nothing to stall it out. Where are those DTs? Oh, they're over here. They're nothing.
Chilling.
Don't blink, we might miss them.
Oh, well, the Planetary goes down, but it bought a considerable amount of time, and the EMP really did help right there. Oh, DTs. No. They might just ruin Alive's kind of base trade here.
He's almost got enough energy to scan, but I guess it's a hard choice, right? Do you scan offensively or defensively? Scan goes down. No blink away from it. Come on, man. Make use of that upgrade. This wall actually bought Alive a ton of time, too, by the way. Liberators actually came out to set up now. While this goes on, oh boy. Storm's going to hold on to this. I think Showtime's going to be able to stop the attack.
Oh, he got another one.
Close.
Okay, that's 2 Marines. Oh, this baller.
No charge in these Zealots, so that's a bit tough. Holy smokes. Reamer just donated 5,000 bits in a very deep voice. Hi.
Boy, I can't do it.
Why can't you do a deep voice? Why is it turning into like teenage puberty with you?
I mean,
oh, these storms. These storms, though. So this got really close, kind of dicey. Coming back home, Cannons, Disruptors on this side. Both players have lost a significant amount of their army. But I think with the economy for Alive still intact and the ability to move his command centers around, that puts him in a better spot. Barely, but it puts him in a better spot.
Yeah, I think it was Showtime's DTs versus Alive's buildings basically buying time for his economy, which DTs can actually, like, ruin people's base trades. Legit, they're the great thing to have in situations, but it wasn't as powerful as Alive's.
Oh, all his gateways depowered. I was wondering what's going on with this. He's rushing back to the main. Showtime's banking a lot of money, but all of his gateways are depowered except for these ones, so he's missing on some pretty important production right now. Also, what do you know about these Liberators, right?
Yeah, his army actually isn't that bad, but it's not very good at responding to Mass Liberator.
Oh, well, you know,
really helps so much.
If he takes care of the Marauders, then the Stalkers can maneuver around a lot better through this and just blink through those Liberation zones. Disruptor hit going to take out the Marauders, and that's what he needed. Starts taking out the Disruptors now. Or Liberators, excuse me. The Disruptors did a great job, though.
But there's like a ton of other stuff happening. I guess there's one Marine there, but with the drop, the third base is killing all his pylons again.
Oh, that warp in. Oh, gets shut down pretty hard. That being said, Alive, not exactly producing a crazy army behind this, right? Like, he's gonna have, again, so much better capabilities to do things than Showtime. But he's still not doing it yet. Like, he's got to get that money going. I guess all of his bases are pretty much mined out. This is an awkwardly naked command center.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, the point is, as long as Live doesn't die right here, right now, he will, of course, win with 50 SCVs versus 8. And I don't think there's a chance of him dying. Even if he lost all his Liberators, which he is Depending a bit on, he still got a lot of Marauders and good upgrades because he denied showtimes.
Thank you to Jazz Thing for the 14-month resub, by the way. Hearts straight back at you. As this drop comes in once again, Showtime is left with a very awkward situation on hand. Like, on one side of this, if Alive messes up, the Disruptors could end Alive's army. On the other side, though, Showtime has everything on cooldown, and suddenly it's bad news bears. But, oh, the last second splits aren't too bad.
Good. That was cool. That was cool. But of course, he was already sniping the Disruptors as well. Everything is going in favor of Alive right now, and that's pretty sure will be game.
So did we ever
Master
see...
if it goes down?
Did any of the DTs blink this game?
No, I don't think so. No, it was disappointing on many fronts. First of all, the icon.
Yeah.
That was. I'm actually so. I'm gonna tweet about that. I'm so unimpressed with that.
I want to know what that second graphic is. I feel like I've seen that graphic somewhere. Like, it just looks like they overlaid one on top of the other type.
It looks like maybe like the mining, like the laser drill. Like, I don't know. It does look like something else they've used though. Let's tweet it.
Thank you, the rooting for the 2 months. Says it's Christmas time, boys. Yeah, I kind of hit that season, I guess. But again, thank you, Riamar, for the bits, dude. I'm glad to see that we turned them on and people are actually using them, so that's cool, I guess. Due to all the mistakes going on earlier, hopefully this won't take too long to get the lobby up, but yeah, we've been having some weird hosting problems today. I guess it's worth noting as well. Okay, so Corsair Cup, obviously the big title sponsor of this tournament, they're doing Cyber Monday deals, and you guys should check them out. But one of our other sponsors, Chairs for Gaming, also just made a tweet you guys should take a look at too, in case you've been thinking about maybe getting some DX racers. I guess everybody's got sales going on today.
Yeah, I did my Christmas shopping all last night because I couldn't sleep. So, I'm good.
Amazon hype.
Yeah, as well as some other sites, the different lists.
So, like, I was looking at the first couple chairs on the Chairs for Gaming site, right? And, like, it's like, save $10. Whatever. That's not a big deal. But then some of these are, like, seriously over $100 off.
Whoa.
This is like, if I had a reason to, like, get an extra DX Racer, this would actually be kind of, like, worth it, I think. I actually, because I've seen some of these newer models. I'm using a chair model from, like, 3 years ago. I got to see a lot of the newer models at the DX Racer booth. They had PAX West, I think it was. Some of them are actually really comfy and very wide, which is nice, because I got a big butt.
You got a large chunk.
Got a lot of junk in that chunk.
Amazing.
Thank you, Romulus SC2, for the Twitch Prime sub, by the way. In order to access this content, you must upgrade your copy of StarCraft 2. What? What?
Dude, that's what I got earlier.
I have all the Nova mission packs, every copy of the damn game. I'm all to foreign.
Yeah, it's what I had to do.
That fixes it. Blizzard, please. If only I could afford to upgrade the game. Is this why you had those Black Friday sales for Legacy of the Void?
Maybe that's what's breaking it.
They knew it was coming.
That'd be funny. They're literally getting so much money that their servers can't handle it.
I wish. That would be a nice world to live in, you know?
Are they doing any Overwatch sales? Because then that might actually be the case.
Now I'm stuck at authenticating? No, I'm in, baby. Let's do this. Where's that real ID? Don't touch anything. Don't invite me. Don't touch me.
Touch me. I'm looking for the perfect emoticon to put on this tweet. Okay, hiding, writing, running, sleeping, doubt, confusion. Oh, yeah, this one works. I like this one. There we go. Good shit. No, I closed the fucking... No.
I have to upgrade my StarCraft 2 apparently still.
Really? Is that working? Oh my god. They're even surprised. Like...
Oh, there we go. I'm in. I'm in! Okay! Echo is gonna be game number 2. That was silly. Good
times. Well, Alive, luckily, is the third host of Base Trade TV. What a friendly guy.
Actually, all jokes aside, seriously, Alive. What a boss. Always hosting lobbies and doing it with the mods too. Super love
Yeah,
this
he's
kid.
really got this. He's got this down, man. I should just asked him to dinner already.
We should have actually. I wish I had thought about trying to message him while I was in Korea. I guess you can still.
Yes, we will have one conversation. It will say
Actually,
hello.
I really truly think you should try asking him on a date and do like some like in your little like one bedroom nobody can fit in their apartment. Have like flowers and candles. And they'll come in and be like, "Where do I sit?" You'll be like, "In the hallway." Obviously, I'll just leave the door open.
I'm literally not allowed to bring visitors, so
Oh.
that's already go. I could set it up outside in the freezing cold, and that'd be pretty romantic.
Nice. All right. Welcome back. Game number 2. In the bottom right side of the map, we've got the Red Terran Alive. Currently up 1 game.
In the top left, as the blue Protoss, showtime.
And thank you to Sonavla for the Twitch Prime sub. And my inability to pronounce what looks like what should be an easy to pronounce name.
Son of La. Son of La.
Son
Blah
of a
blah blah.
son of a
Son of
law.
Blah 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 at Son of La.
Oh, Konoten says, by the way, my girlfriend wants a DX Racer, but we live in Canada where the website is still being built. Rifkin and Sunbird, do you have any suggestions? The website was actually up, and they're renovating it, is what they're doing. If you want to, and I would highly recommend tweeting to Chairs for Gaming, their response time and their customer support team, is actually really fantastic, because the company is based out of Canada. So, I guess that's my best suggestion as a Canadian to another Canadian.
Canada, I swear. You guys
Oh.
are just.
He's going for a proxy. So, I would like to actually throw in my 2 cents on this out of recent experience, as I was on stream very recently hit with a nasty, nasty proxy Stargate, a Def Doll in that had Void Rays and all that good jazz. And it looked quite scary until I realized how stupidly good Vikings are in the current patch. So, I'm curious how Showtime's going to do this. This might actually even be a robo, which I would love to see more. But either way, waiting to see what he slaps down. And it's going to be a Stargate.
I would have been pretty excited for Robo too, but if it's going to be a Robo, then it's got to be, usually it's not going to be placed behind the rocks so that the Immortal has to awkwardly run around it. Oh well. Alive is looking for something like this though. Like he has not scouted Showtime at all. I guess he's been dealing with this a lot lately. Unfortunately, I don't think this Marine's going to be able to scout it. Where are you going, Marine? Oh, it's going to see a probe, which...
It's
okay.
not that suspicious, though. I mean, this is the path it would come down to scout.
Yeah, he didn't really see it take that
Oh, is he going to try
corner.
and put a pylon down? Or...
Yes,
okay, he'll
he
get
is.
the one. So, but this is a great misdirection tactic, though. Because now Alive's no longer going to be scouting for that proxy. I mean, I think this was actually intended to go off and deal some serious damage. It's unfortunate that's going to be dealt with so quickly, and Alive will not have to worry about his depots getting broken.
Well, unfortunately, it is like a fairly common 1-2 step. Like either the Stargate's proxied or not, but sometimes the Stargate does follow the pylon, and that's what makes the pylon so scary. Like if it only kills your supply depots and they're macroing back at home, then a Terran's just like, why? Why would you do that? But what's really scary is they follow up with an Oracle, which I think a lot of Terrans just used to preparing for, and that's why they started getting Cyclones, because it would take care of everything. But the Cyclone now, well, at least doesn't die to the Oracle as quickly. I guess maybe that's the trade-off.
180 health is a pretty big deal. That lock-on, though, is not going to kill the Oracle either, which kind of sucks. Keep in mind the lock-on only does like 160 damage. So exactly the health of the Oracle if it's a full duration, which it shouldn't be.
I do wonder, is that better? That actually might be better for the Cyclone defense against the Oracle, that it doesn't die to it anymore. Because seriously, in the old patch, Showtime does what he does and like immediately goes to the Cyclone and then follows up with more units, like a second Oracle, and there's not enough Marines.
Maybe this will still work. We're going to find out shortly. Thank you, by the way, to Fazig for the 15 months. It's 15 months of being a subscriber, but how long have I been a creepy lurker admirer of Rifkin's beautiful voice? Well, if it's anything like Zombie Grubs, Thank you very much, man.
It's amazing and beautiful. Thank you. That's what you meant. I know it.
Is this Scarlet casting with Rifkin? That old meme, am I right? Alright,
Yeah,
so annihilates the SCVs, but would this be enough to deal with the Marines and the Cyclones? And I guess not, so Showtime does pull back off this ever so briefly. This unfortunately burns a lot of the energy on the Oracles, so you won't be able to use them for a bit of time. Back at home, an Adept, a Stalker, and a Photon Overcharge or 2 should be more than enough to keep this drop from dealing serious damage.
Yeah. Yeah, so Showtime should not take damage from the drop, but the question still stands, like, was 8 SCVs enough? Well, 1 SCVs enough. I was going to say 8 SCVs I don't think is enough, actually. But as he gets a few more, and by a few more, 8 more, exactly.
Oh, the Overcharge actually came down really late on a very critical pylon.
Yeah, but unupgraded Marines, like, it sucks that maybe a couple units are going to get focus fired, but it's not the same as losing 16 SCVs and the Oracles still being alive.
That's true.
It's actually, now it is a bad position for Alive. He lost his army in the drop, he lost 16 workers overall. The Oracles are probably going to get at least 6 more through the course of this game, I would guess. It's a difficult position Alive's found himself in.
Quick shout out to Mimi Kitsune for the 23 months, almost 2 years on Base Trade TV. Wow, that's awesome.
Cool.
This little 1 health Marine's been living, looking for the dream. Finally finds the proxy, but is it too late? More Oracle action comes in. The Cyclones are a little bit scary, but the Widowmine is the most terrifying thing here.
Oh, Cyclones still aren't scary. They don't even react as quickly. Oh my
I know, it's just they're so not good.
I understand. The reason that you like Alive would even get them is not necessarily habit, but because what else would you get when you're on limited production going for 1-1-1?
I agree. It's
Like
not
you get a Widowmine, it's only 1 shot. You have 1 Oracle. Congratulations. What about the 2nd and 3rd one?
I mean, it's not even like it requires a tech lab anymore either. So it is just like easy units to get.
Yeah, it's.
I guess the criticism would come if you had gotten a lot more. I think getting 2 is actually fine, and to be honest, to a degree cost effective. It has driven off the Oracles and kept them from getting all the kills. I mean, it's still sad to see 19 workers dead, but that could be much, much more considering there's like 3 Oracles made.
Yeah, I guess. And they might be able to help out when it comes to an actual push. Unfortunately, as the numbers are still growing here, they just get less and less effective. They can still micro okay, but it's not the same as they used to be. Alive's gonna feel pretty like good about seeing no 3rd though. That's like the one great thing happening right here is that Showtime. Yeah, you got the natural up while being while pressuring, but not quite a 3rd. Cyclones.
Oh,
don't
can
die
he get
instantly,
stim?
but
Can he
they
deny
die.
stim?
I don't think
No, he's
so.
going for the medevacs instead, which are actually pretty good pickups in and of themselves. However, with the tank here, I'm not sure if he
Whoa.
was expecting it.
Whoa.
Tank goes down, Stalkers all die, and Showtime's attack is kind of stalled out.
Yeah, let's not forget that tanks are more effective against stalkers.
Yeah.
So, a couple shots actually brutal.
70 damage a shot, guys. Seriously. Stalkers can take a hit, but they can't take much. Oracles make their way back to the main. Gets on top of the gas mining SCVs. This could be really annoying for Alive.
God, he's almost at 24 SCVs, which is what I guess what would happen. But this is okay. So it's not quite game. Like the fact that Showtime went for that Blink Stalker attack and lost to Stalkers is kind of hurtful. Plus, he didn't go for like the overwhelming economy type of Protoss. He actually went for again first Blink Stalkers, but now into the 2-base Colossus, which I actually think might do worse instead of like mass Adepts. I'm not sure. He might just be in a difficult position either way. But only 1 Colossus usually is not good. It doesn't do very much.
Well, these Marines don't have combat shields just yet, so they will pop off pretty quick.
I think that's a good point. I mean, the Colossus, 1 Colossus still adds in damage, which might be the difference of a killing blow or not. But it is a little worrying to see that Showtime's army is so small. And, at the very least, he's being denied the 3rd base. So Alive is really making up.
This is a really important repair on top of those tanks, by the way. That was Showtime actually contemplating like suiciding in just to pick it off, but now it's full health and much more prepared to fight.
Well, the denial on the third base I still think totally warrants Alive's push out here, but he might start to overstay his welcome, especially as like the second Colossus joins the fray. Now his Marines have combat shields for sure, but it's still a lot of damage, and I do like that he's now retreating. But he might just be like, I don't know if Showtime's really plan on stopping. He does have 6 gateways. He could expand and pressure, I suppose, which seems like is going to be his plan. He is expanding, but he knows he has the Colossus tech, and that's Alive doesn't technically have a counter to it.
I really like this attempt to go for the stasis traps behind this too. Almost got some of the army, only got the SCVs instead. So, Colossus, I saw someone tweet about this, but I had to check. I was looking at the range and stuff. Did not realize Hydra's outrange Colossus with that extend thermal lance now. It's so silly. So silly.
Oh my god.
Because Colossus start with base 6 and they become 9, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. Protoss really got kicked in the nuts in Legacy of the Void, and then like kicked in the head with the Swoon patch.
I know. Blizzard was like, "Look, we gave you the single player campaign. Are you not happy enough? Everyone loved Alarak. Why can't you just be happy?"
Is actually your downfall. Oh,
yeah,
feels like
the legacy is the death you left behind.
Feels like Legacy of the Void beta all over again. Protoss just are they're screwed for now, okay? Like, I'm gonna be that harsh. I think Showtime's doing a really good job because it's a PvT, and I like this dynamic going on right here, but I really think they're just gonna all be collectively scratching their heads for a while, and it doesn't mean the balance will not be good, you know, in 2 months or 3 months. Just I think right now it's gonna be exactly like Legacy of the Void. We're just like, what do we do, guys?
So, I mean, this is why I have a problem with IEM being a WCS event, right? This is the quote-unquote off-season, and this is when balance really is not part of the equation, right? Like, things could be incredibly imbalanced. Despite the Blizzard internal testing, it's not going to be very good. So, this first big event that comes out for IEM Gyeonggi, however you say it, it's like
Close.
Maybe just a little unfair in terms of who gets a kickstart with those points.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is kind of a not quite a tradition. Tradition's a wrong word, but they've done it in every other expansion. Like Heart of the Swarm first IAM was just like laughable because no one. Well, I guess people remember the names of the champions now because 2 of them were in jail or got. They didn't go to jail, but they match fixed. Anyways, but the point is like the patch hit and just like absurd people basically who got on the meta hype train first and foremost are the ones who are going to win. And you're right, like these points are pretty important, but it has happened in the past and it'll happen again.
Well, regardless of all that, the thing that I was going to point out is I really liked a lot of what Showtime did this game, and I feel like he made a lot of very right moves. And it just sucks to feel like he's not further ahead for it. Like Alive setting on 37 SCVs and 2 bases, and he's all inning. So he's got a really strong army for it. If Showtime can hold this off, Showtime should be able to win this game. However, that's not an easy task. I do love the attempt of the DTs to pick off some of the tanks specifically, because tanks can be the biggest problem here, one of the biggest issues.
Yeah, those tanks are pretty scary, but it actually goes in with a bio first, and those tanks weren't siege initially. Now they are, though, and ooh, the Stalkers should just melt.
Stalkers might be melting or not, but the problem is this Colossus, they finally started getting focus fire towards the end, and I think between the Immortals left that have barrier... Oh, actually, they don't.
Well,
Barriers are triggered for all of them.
Yeah, this is a lot closer than I thought it would be, but what really helped, I think, was, well, first of all, the Colossus getting any amount of damage done before they died, which they got like quite a few shots in, but also the amount of Immortals that were there.
Yeah.
They were taking a lot of the Marauders out pretty quickly and then to help with the tanks after.
That's a really good point, because we've been talking about that. Like, a lot of Protoss have been staying like away from Immortals for whatever insane reason. But as stated, like, this should be better off for Showtime now, right? Like, he's on 60 workers, he's on a 3rd base, Alive's forced to lift his main over. In fact, stalled out a little bit thanks to the stasis trap too, so many good things going for Showtime. We'll see if Alive can get something done with these drops, but that was such a good fight. I will say, though, at the very least for Alive, like in the positive, he did trade out really well in that engagement. I mean, Showtime walked away with less than like 6 or 7 units alive. Oh
yeah, it was a trade, and if it was 3 bases, it was 3 base. This game is like still pretty even, I'm guessing, but it was not 3 bases, 3 base. So Alive has, I don't even think he has another push in him, because to get them into many tanks again is going to be
Well,
impossible actually, and same with the Vikings.
on top of this, there's been just like DT after DT sent in, so with all these scans going down. Well, this one's not gonna be a scan, but with the scans going down, like he's been losing out on that income. Actually, we're on the mods, so I show you guys the graphs, and yeah, this is like a mountain of blue that is all Showtime.
Oh, I can't turn numlock on? Okay, GG. Alright, Showtime, after that fight, certainly looked like taking that game. But I was going to say, so I don't know where the PC Cafe's keyboard is plugged into, because it's not to the back of the computer at the front. There's like a cord going somewhere else that I don't even know.
It's like wireless or something. All right,
It's
guys.
not wireless.
We're going to hit up a 2-minute commercial break before we get to game number 3. This has been an excellent series so far.
It should shoot up. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, Tom. Tom's been hitting us up with bits all week, and he hits us up with $20 for an Ace Kate and a reminder that Marauders should shoot up. We'll see you guys soon. Alright, we're back, guys. Thanks for watching that break. Again, the reminder is that Twitch is awarding other partners 50% bonus ad revenue from here till December 31st, so every ad you watch is worth just a little bit more, and thank you so much for doing so. Apparently we're having trouble making, so I've been tasked with trying to do it on a research station.
Ooh, good luck.
And before it's like, you need the latest copy of Diablo to play StarCraft Legacy of the Void.
Greatest marketing ever.
We're having a lot of lobby issues today that are entirely not user dependent for once, which are nice, but it's still the fact that there's issues happening at all that are not so nice. Do you want to try hosting?
Buddy, I already tried and I'm stuck.
Oh, I got a different error this time. There was a temporary problem with your request. Please try again. Well, at least now the game recognizes that I have the most recent version of the game, I suppose. I hope.
Good job.
Okay, well, while we muddle through this, I have a couple things to talk about. Number one, Pickled Pocute. Pickled Pocute Day. The guy who won our big giveaway for Korea still has not claimed his prize. We've emailed him, we've reached out to him, we've brought it up on several broadcasts, so I'm going to say if he is not responding to claiming his prize by like the first weekend of December, we'll probably redraw that giveaway. That being said, I just made a lobby that didn't have a mod and it worked, so let's hope people can join. That being said, I did get another Void headset. Now this one I bought for Black Friday in hopes to do a giveaway. I also didn't expect it to be here so soon, so I don't think we'll do the giveaway for this cast, but probably the next Corsair Cup, like the first one of December, we'll try and organize some sort of giveaway.
Please, sir, can I have an invite?
I'm trying to. I got Showtime in here, so it's a start. It's a start to this process. We're holding Bly's match for after this, guys. So Bly's currently waiting to play against Tamikis in the round of 8. We will be hopping to join that series after this one concludes. So we should just be able to like bim, bam, boom. But then again, there's the whole hiccup of the lobby.
Oh yeah, I got in. It worked.
I'm gonna give you hosts. Try and invite alive. It's not letting me. It's giving me the global timeout thing.
Well, me and him are soulmates, so this player's already been invited to a game.
Okay, alive. Try to relog. We can't invite. Well, I don't know how to compensate for this. Like normally we can find little workarounds and things for when StarCraft has its problems, but this is proven to be tough. While we try and get alive into the game so we can get this third game underway, would like to mention that tonight going to be the final IEM qualifiers.
Yep.
I didn't get to mute for that. Tonight will be the final IEM qualifiers. We'll be casting them here on Base Trade TV as we have been for the previous ones. 1 a.m. Pacific. I hope you'll be here to join us for them. But of course, tomorrow's a bit of a double day too, because not only do we the IM qualifiers, it's going to be the International Top Dogs round of 8 a little bit later in the day too.
Right, which you are solo casting?
No, it's the one on Wednesday. Because Wednesday's when you're doing Li Fang.
Well, because I have to think, 12 hours ahead, 15 hours ahead. I'll figure it out when I get home.
We'll sort it out on the calendar. Showtime, are you able to invite him? This is so stupid. I didn't even make it with a mod this time. This is just a naked lobby. Like, it's as basic. Look, here, I'll show you guys. Look, it's as basic as it gets. But we can't, for the love of God, invite alive. Because we keep getting these global timeout messages. Well, now it's different, actually. Same players are been invited to the game.
Yeah, it's the first one I got, and the second one was a global timeout.
Maybe relogging will work. Hopefully. Can you host? Whoops. I don't know what happened to my typing there. I love this response from Annie, by the way. Apparently StarCraft Winter is doing giveaways for Legacy of the Void. Yeah. Yeah, Winter actually bought so many. He got like timed out or temporarily banned or something. This is so stupid. We can't get like. Okay, I'm gonna make a new lobby. I'm gonna try again.
Okay, the new lobby will be better.
That's my
It'll
thoughts.
be the greatest. Yeah, sure.
We're gonna invite alive first. This player is currently unable. I made new lobby. Still can't invite. This player is currently unable to receive game invites. What does that mean? All right, here's the plan. I'm gonna make a party. Maybe a party's the way to go. All right.
Okay, fine.
I hate this logic of doing things, but just maybe it'll work. Riamar, 2,500 more bits. How many bits do you have, man? Qualifiers hype.
He's got more than 8.
So I just made a lobby with me and Alive, and I'm the party leader. But I didn't get into the game, only Alive did.
It says you're in here. We're all in here, actually. No, you're gone. JK.
I'm
I'm gonna invite you.
I'm at a loss, Blizzard.
Did you join this time?
Yes! We're all
Okay,
in!
cool.
It took a million years.
Beautiful.
But we finally did it. Actually, holy shit, I just realized Riamar basically just gave us like $100 worth of bits. So Riamar, man. No, let's go back to our faces. Riamar, man. I love you, dude. Your face was weird. Why you gotta make it weird like that, man? I'm just trying to tell another man who lives across the world that I met one time that I love him, okay?
And I made it weird.
Here's the thing about Riamar, guys. We'll do the intros first. I'll tell the story afterwards. In the top central location, we've got the Red Protoss. It's showtime.
In the bottom position, as the Blue Terran, he is alive.
At this point, we need to run bets on whether we can make the lobbies or not. But Riamar will forever be one of my heroes in esports, okay? And a big part of this, you guys have to understand, is I don't handle the heat very well. I know there are people out there who don't like it warm, but I mean, I physically break down when it's too hot, okay? And when we went to Homestory Cup in Germany, there's no air conditioning, especially in our hotel that was from the 1930s. And I mean that generously because it's probably more from like the 1900s. But the point of this is, Riamar brought us not only a pillow to help compensate for the lack of pillows in the hotel, he brought us fans. Like, Like, not like wave in front of your face fans, which he did bring as well, I think, for the other mods. But like little tiny electric one-person fans. Riamar is a literal god. And will forever be one of my favorite people ever because of that one gesture.
Yeah, I still don't understand German beds, to be honest, and German pillows, because our pillow was nothing, and our beds were like, they like zipped, like our blankets had like zippers in them, like a sleeping bag, but they were definitely not a sleeping bag.
I attributed the bed attire to the fact that that hotel was out of touch with reality. Like, for those who don't know, we found like an events planner in my hotel room that was like hip things to do while you're in town, and it's seriously from like the 1963s or something. I was like, okay.
Oh, that was such a great trip though. But I agree, the fan was by far the best part. Actually, it was another story to add on to that from last night in my room. But anyway, real quick, another proxy Stargate ended up working out pretty well last game, so you can't really fault him.
It's an interesting one though, because this is not necessarily a proxy in terms of like, oh, it's gonna get to his base super duper lickety split fast, but it is harder to scout, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. the real surprise, and that is certainly going to keep it.
Thank you, Espen75, by the way, for the 9-month resubs. Just keep up all the good work. Thanks to all involved. But what the heck? A proxy for a proxy.
Well, yeah, because I was going to say the biggest difference is that Alive didn't go for Command Center into Cyclone Starport. He went one base, so his Cyclone's going to be out and ready this time, which is a big difference. So it'll deter the Oracle again and won't kill it like it used to.
I want to note that he didn't bring... I thought he was going to bring another probe to try and do the pylon bust, but I guess figuring that the Cyclone would be out, maybe?
Huh?
So it's just a mothership core awkwardly going to the natural. He's going to scout that there's nothing there, but this is a pretty big deal, because now he knows, oh, it's one base.
Yes, yeah, that is important to know, and you will expect, therefore, Starport somewhere. So he's actually getting to the main base. This is pretty bold of the Mothership Core to do, but he does a recall. Doesn't quite scout the lack of a Starport. You don't know where they would have put it, but it's a suspicion for sure. Terran's already one basing. It's not too much farther along to go for a proxy somewhere.
Well, the Cyclone was dealt with easily, to the point where I'm wondering if Alive misclicked it, thinking it could also jump jet down the cliff like the Reaper. I have no idea what just happened with that Cyclone, but that was a big waste.
We got 5 bits. Is that like a halfpenny now?
I guess it's closer to it. Thank you to Slade.
No, wait. 50 is half. Yeah, 50. But whatever, anyways. Yeah, thank you. So, another Oracle. Just make more Oracles. I guess Short Time actually likes 3 Oracles specifically. He's not going to quite go Goblin styles. In fact, without that Widow Mine, there would not have been enough defense. It's a little scary.
Even with the Widow Mine, it's still questionable.
He could sacrifice one of the Oracles and still try and make it work.
Well, other side of the map, problems are still going on over here because Showtime doesn't have a natural base to send his probes to. He's just kind of not mining. A Phoenix is on the way, but he's got to buy time, and he's not able to do that with the Oracles the way he wants to. So he's going to lose out on so much money because of this cheese.
It's expensive cheese, man. But I bet it's delicious.
Another 5 bits coming in from Slade. Thank you so much. Opting to long distance mine is actually not a bad solution. It's better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah. Well, this has certainly turned into an odd game. Usually, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, when it's one base versus one base, the Terran ends up winning out, but of course it's not even that, as Alive has expanded.
Yeah, and I think Showtime has the intention to as well. I just need the money. Money, please.
I saw you use that GIF like yesterday.
Yeah. Use it whenever the opportunity presents itself. I didn't even go GIF on that one, man. That was YouTube, straight up. Needed sound. Alright, so he's able to deny a little bit longer on the natural base. So that's buying him time. However, is it enough? I say this a bit rhetorically because it's frankly, in my opinion, not so far. That Widow Mine should not have got this Oracle. It's a little bit of lack of attention at a Showtime as he continues to dedicate to trying to shut down this natural base.
I mean, I guess he's doing a decent job of it, but I really don't think it's going to make up for a later Nexus. And in TVP, I just think that Terran's going to get ahead in these circumstances. The only thing that's kind of bad for Alive is that his Starport had to come back, so he's not building Medivacs, I suppose, so he's building right now. But even that is not, it's not necessary, you know? Like, technically, medevacs aren't even that great until the Marines have stim with them. I would have said also if they had tanks with them, but that doesn't matter anymore.
Thank you, the holy pale, the holy pale, the holy pale.
You saying?
Well, it's not
the halapale.
It's not the unholy pale. It's the holy pale.
The halapale. The halapale.
The jalapeno pepper. Thank you for the 100 bits. 110 bits even.
110 bits. That's 11. I'm done trying to convert actually.
All right. So what happened? What happened in your way too hot room last night?
Oh, that adventure. So it all started when I tried to do my laundry, which for those who don't know, that in Korea they don't actually have dryers like 99% of the time. There's some fear for having dryers in like small places. You know, just, you know, everything in Korea is pretty small, and it's also just like it saves energy, and also just like they prefer to hang dry. So what I had to do was I had to figure out if there's 2 washing machines in the place that I live, and there was, but I wasn't sure. Listen to the old woman who owns the apartment talk to me in Korean without stopping for 5 minutes because she thinks I understand what she's saying, and then dry my clothes. All of this happening while they're cranking up the floor heat. Another thing about Korea is that they have floor heating is the way they do it. And literally my feet are like almost burning from being on the floor. My plastic bag I use for trash was like making like burnt plastic smell. And I had to sleep like in my underwear with the window like wide open, letting like 30-degree cold in. I don't understand why this had to happen. I didn't get any sleep, and I had drying clothes hanging above me because that's what you do. Just put it up above your bed and dry your clothes.
Feels bad.
Oh god, it's an adventure.
Thank you to Jacob for the 5 bits. I do want to point out, Alau got some really nice value out of that one Widow Mine, by the way. 2 oracles going down to the same Widow Mine feels pretty bad.
Yeah.
Now recovery time here. I guess if we had the graphs mod, I would show you guys how much Showtime had fallen behind before earlier, but it looks like he's stabilizing not too badly. Concern though is that his army supply still lacks, but Alive will not easily move up that ramp into the base, and he certainly has to be careful of dropping with so many stalkers out.
Well, funnily enough, if he notices there's no sentry, he might try and push the issue up the ramp, snipe the pylon real quick, and go after the Blink Stalkers. Or, yeah, Blink Stalkers after. I think his bio is technically good enough to try.
Yeah, well, the overcharge gets, annihilated. The pylon went down immediately. Stalkers are not bringing the damage that they need to, and Alive's just storming right on through. Probe's getting pulled into this, but I think it's a little too far gone already.
I think so. That is going to be game. Dark Shrine didn't come nearly in enough time.
Another ship core floating away. Nowhere to fly to, though. Rip in pepperoni. Showtime.
Yeah. GG.
Congratulations, Alive. Moving on to the brackets to that round of 8s. Thank you to Slade again for the Slade GTV, or Slade for the 50 bits. I don't know. I'm failing with names today. But we have Bly and Tamikis waiting for us, so we don't want to have them wait too long. Quickly going to get these commercials out of the way. And we'll see you guys with, I think it's a ZVZ after. I can never remember. Tamikis, I think, is Zerg. Maybe Protoss. He's not Terran. We'll see you guys soon.